We get it, you vape. Stop vaping.
Welcome to Clear Nation.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Clear Nation. Like the gentleman right here to my right just said. If you guys don't remember him, we got here Joseph, the washer of Wapping, or washer of Gotham with a whip or something. He's been on hiatus for about a year.
The watcher of Wapping.
We got here on my left, Dr. Charles Digsby Jr. Mr. Charles, how you doing today?
Doctor.
Mr. Charles! How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing good.
Alright, and of course, we got me, Christian the Clerk. Welcome to Clear Nation. If you haven't seen any of our videos, let's start off. Just subscribe. Maybe we'll make more videos and we get more subscribers. Who knows? Well, anyways, what's bringing us here today, a very special moment where we're all sitting here in front of the camera. We're talking about what?
Luke Cage.
So I put it in him, boom. We're talking about Luke Cage. So we're gonna sit here, go through some bullet points here, what we like, what we didn't like, first impressions, what we want to see more of, and so let's get started. We're gonna start here with Charles first. He's only watched the very first episode so far, and that is it. What are your first impressions?
Again, I'm glad to finally have a black hero show to watch. Been waiting since Static Shock. Almost got a black hero in Young Justice, but you know that got scrapped way too early. Rip Icon. But yeah, overall it was good. I felt like I do feel like they tried making the black characters seem very kind of stereotypically black, but I feel like that's just kind of a symptom of TV. Overall, seemed mad chill. Nice to see, like it seems like it's doing a slow intro type deal. I don't have a problem with that, but then I haven't been dealing with most of the other Marvel shows, so.
All right, now we're gonna go to the complete opposite spectrum. We got here Joseph, who binge watched it. Came on yesterday. He finished it yesterday. What do you think? Now, no spoilers. This is no spoilers, communication here. So, what do you think? Were you...
As he said, he's not used to the other Marvel shows, as wherein Daredevil and Jessica Jones had a more of a speedier start to them. Freaking first 20 minutes of Daredevil, you saw him whooping ass. And Jessica Jones, you already see her using some of her powers. And you watch the first episode of Luke Cage, where it's really slow, and he doesn't really use any of his powers till nearly the end of the episode. So, but I liked it. It's just a slow character build up for him, other than aside from Jessica Jones and Daredevil.
So I'm in the middle between these two guys here. That's why I'm in the middle also. Ha ha ha. But no. No, I'm sitting here and I think I'm in the 4th episode now, and it is definitely a slower start than I remember Daredevil. Definitely the first episode of Daredevil that had the hallway scene, and you're like, shit, I'm in. Yeah, give me more of this shit.
The hallway scene was in the first episode?
I think so. Yeah, that was the very first episode of the hallway scene. Charles here doesn't know what the first, the hallway scene.
I watched 3. I'm 3 deep into Daredevil.
Oh, so he's 3 deep into Daredevil. So, I was kind of, getting used to the new the new pacing of the show, and just kind of, threw me off at first. Another thing that threw me off, I was like, I had to get used to the score. I'm used to, getting those deep action scores, like, bah, 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 you get that beat or whatever. This is very more jazzy and smooth. Because Luke Cage is smooth.
Cowboy Bebop? Question mark?
Yeah, Luke Cage is there. Like, he doesn't even have to look at the ladies. They just look at him.
He's real smooth.
He's smooth.
But Luke is not warm.
But I like it so far. It's very quotable. This show is right now. I feel like at the very end of every episode, I sit there and have one hard laugh. I'm like, holy shit, this shit was fucking hilarious. Maybe an appropriate laugh, but the show is really good so far. What are the things that you guys kind of liked about it?
I like the portrayal of Luke Cage trying to be a normal ass guy. like they've hinted at they hinted at several things with him, like with his dialogue, where it's just like he's just not. He thinks he's just been turned into something he never wanted to be, and he's just trying to be a normal ass guy in his life.
That's a good point. I'm like the very first episode. One of the characters, Pops, is like kind of like Uncle Ben, if you would say. He's kind of telling him like, oh, why didn't you do all these things like all the other guys in downtown, referring to like Daredevil and Jessica Jones and stuff like that. And he's kind of like, oh, my dream is kind of like to sweep.
Hell's Kitchen isn't really downtown, so he's talking more about the incident.
Well, all right, so I'm corrected, but you know what I mean. Pops is talking about like, did you heroes have come up? And he's kind of like, oh, I just kind of want to lay back and sit here and sweep your floors and just make some money, and that's it. Just want to have a regular life.
I believe in, I quote, he said, I just want to be left the hell alone.
Yes. Left the hell alone. Alright, now how about you, though? Something, you finished the show, so what was something
non-spoilery that
non-spoilery
you
for us to look forward to? Phrase it non-spoilery. Like, I know you freaking, he blurts it all out in one shot. He killed him!
I'd have to say one thing I really like was, I'd say how they explained, and obviously the one way they're going to do it, flashbacks, what happened to him before he was actually Luke Cage.
That's something that is really important because I'm not that far deep in yet. And there's one thing that kind of throw me off. He says they're right at the end of the episode, one of the characters, Shamik, he comes in because he stole Kai Mao's money. And I'm sitting there watching it, I'm like, why do this other gentleman, they call him Shades. I'm guessing because he always wears shades or for any other reason.
One of my favorite characters so far.
I'm
for
like,
no specific reason, he just dresses really nice and looks really cool.
So Luke Cage is sitting there, he's kind of like, he seems like he's afraid of Shades, and then you see him triggered. Triggered.
Shades.
But then you see like he's having flashbacks and he's calling his name in bed while he's asleep. Who knows? Maybe Shades did him dirty in the bathroom. You know what I mean? Luke Cage drops some soap.
I don't think it's that bad.
With impenetrable skin, I don't think anything's going in.
Just could. All right, so move over, people. But aside from that, so far so good. I'm looking forward to see how it finishes. I hope it picks up a little bit more speed. What are the things that you guys didn't like from seeing?
Cottonmouth seems mad basic.
Like, Cottonmouth, hashtag Cottonmouth basic ass.
Nah, but for real though, he definitely seemed like he was just like your mad run of the mill. I'm a hard ass leader of a drug, like I'm a hard ass drug dealer who. Like, I'm a hard-ass drug dealer type.
I don't think he's a drug dealer. I think he just sells guns.
No, he does it all.
He's a man who wheels and deals while running a legitimate business.
Yeah. And when you compare him to Fisk, he really does seem like just your average Joe. Like, Fisk had you the entire time. Like, you're just like, wow, this guy is fucking crazy.
That's one of the things that's getting me. This show, I feel like the one thing that's getting to me the most is it has a lot of tropes. It follows a lot of like keynotes. You can kind of know, like certain things are gonna happen. First episode, he takes the girl to the bar. He's been giving her what drinks was he giving her? Cosmos. He's been giving her Cosmos all night.
Maybe
takes her home
down the side.
Takes her home, and obviously he shows her the cage of Luke Cage, and she wakes up the next morning and he's like, oh,
what do you do? He puts the Luke in her cage.
Yes.
So he puts the Luke in her cage, and he sits there and wakes up afterwards, and she gets her phone call, and he's like, what do you do for a living? She goes, I'm an auditor. Auditor. Like, who's it? Oh, I'm an auditor. I ain't an auditor in this lab. What
that's like my bullshit sense is tingling.
So
you can see it in Luke's face too when she said it. He was just like, what's an auditor?
So I'm like, when that happened, immediately it was like one of two things happened. Either she works for this guy, for Cottonmouth, which is very unlikely. I'm like, oh, she's probably a cop. And then what happens 30 seconds later, they switch the scene. Bam, she goes, she's a cop.
Did we say spoiler warning yet?
No, we did not. Spoiler alert!
Spoiler! It's only for the first episode. It is only for first episode spoilers. First episode spoilers. We're doing that here, guys. So after that, I've been watching a lot of stuff, and a lot of stuff that I've been watching, and I've been able to predict what's gonna happen with certain characters. I mean, it happens a lot in shows, but I feel like it's a little too keynote. Like, oh, this person's feeling this characteristics, this is gonna happen to them. Then the next one. Then the next one.
But then again, it's hard. That's almost all shows. It's gotten to the point where we've watched so many shows you can predict what's happening. Same thing with movies.
That's true. That's also very true. Talking about her, how do you guys feel about her as his love interest?
I feel like it's gonna be that interesting because since he's gonna if they have him go like at any point during the Mercy and just like directly embrace the vigilante route, he's directly gonna go against her. So it presents one of those split interests. Because she ends up knowing.
So as you noticed, when he mentioned love interest, I laughed. So I will have no comment in that because I know exactly how the love interest in the show unravels, it's another thing that I definitely like about the show.
So that's something to look forward to. Apparently, the way the love interest unravels, the way the love interest unravels itself, apparently is to his liking. So he has the Joseph Pagana, stamp of approval, however much that's worth. All right. One thing that I like is something that's been constant through Jessica Jones and Daredevil and everything. It's how it connects to the MCU. It's like it's not directly hinge with the MCU, but in the background you see the effects of people, how they gauge other people because of what's happened. How they mention the downtown incident constantly because, if you live in New York and it's something like that.
It's the biggest thing that's happened in New York since 9/11.
Exactly. It's like a huge, it's like a catastrophe that happened and you lived through it and you're like, you were there and there were aliens and stuff. So I like how it's not like downplayed. Like there's a guy in a street corner selling you Blu-ray DVDs
of the incident.
It's the incident.
4K Blu-ray DVDs.
4K Blu-ray DVD. Gotta make sure he puts that 4 in there and that K.
Which is another thing. It's not just how they use the rest of the MCU universe, but also how they use the other shows themselves. As the show progresses, you will notice they talk a lot more about Jessica Jones and Daredevil. Obviously not directly, but you see stuff that hints towards them, stuff that's mentioned about them, and just little things like that. Like there's one episode where you'll notice, spoiler alert, not really a spoiler, but
everything's a spoiler.
Honestly, it's hard. Trish talks from Jessica Jones. Her voice ends up coming out on the radio in Luke Cage.
So I like how they connect, not only the show to the MCU, how they connect the shows between each other since they're going to, in the end, climax into one complete show with the Defenders. I like to see how that's happening, how it's going to happen. What are some things you guys want to see more in the show or wanted to see in season 2? Or
we need a superpowered bad guy. I feel like we need to, no matter how
he's
minor
laughing,
the power is.
So he's laughing.
No comment on that.
He has no comment. I feel the same way. So far as I'm here, I don't really see it's like Luke Cage is a little weird because Daredevil. He's obviously he's a street level superhero. He's a street levels you could get. He got his enhanced senses, I guess. But aside from that, he's just a regular guy. Hand to hand against all these other people.
Actually,
and you got Jessica Jones got the
super strength. Superhuman strength.
Superhuman strength, and she, in her own right, she had her own mental issues. That's what played a big part in her, her struggles in her show. So I want to see
PTSD. It's huge in the Marvel shows, apparently.
I want to see how everything plays out. How about you, Charles?
I don't know. Like I said, I think they need a superpower villain because the way his powers work is like impenetrable skin, super strength. In general, all the people that they've showed so far really can't hurt him physically. And I feel like if they can't hurt him physically and they don't throw in someone, unless someone like poisons him or freaking puts tiny microscopic bombs in his coffee like they did in freaking the freaking Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe, no one's gonna hurt him physically, which means you're gonna have to attack people around him and hurt people around him to hurt him. And honestly, that's just gonna turn it into another drama, and I don't want another drama.
All right, guys. So that's we're gonna be really choppy.
Yeah, we got bad software, but whatever.
Whatever, guys.
You do what you do when you have.
The last thing I want to talk about is I just saw the trailer for Harry Potter, the prequel, I guess what we called.
Yeah.
Fantastical Beast and Where to Find Him, or Magical Beast and Where to Find Him, or something like that.
Fantastic Beast.
Fantastic Beast and Where to Find Him. All right. I saw the trailer. I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. I read the books. I watched the movies. I just finished rewatching 1 through 6 last month.
I'm not a huge fan of Harry Potter. However, I am interested in this movie.
Same here. The first trailer I saw was
which says something.
I was a little off around it, but the one thing that I liked the most about the trailer was the fact that they're gonna have a Muggle just go around and be part of the group, like part of the main group throughout the movie, and that's something that's really interesting to me. I'm like, I always kind of wonder how to Muggles, or the way they call them in this movie, nomads, right? Nomads something, non-magical people or whatever. how they interact with the Muggle world and stuff like that. I mean, with the magical world. So that's gonna be interesting. I'm excited for that. Anything else you guys are excited for that's coming out soon?
Gantz 0.
Gantz
definitely
movie.
Coming out October 14th. If you haven't watched the trailer, watch it already. If you're gonna search it, it's Gantz 0 music video.
My interests are very niche, so I'm not gonna mention.
Mention it. Give it to the people.
Yeah, Kamen Rider X-Aid. Y'all niggas don't care about that shit.
Kamen Rider.
Don't care about that.
That's the actual like Japanese Power Rangers, right?
No, that's Super Sentai. Kamen Rider is the other thing.
You see niche, but it's fine. There's the audience for that. Well, just gonna say thank you for watching, guys. It's been a really long video.
Clear
Bye
Nation.
bye.
Bye.
Subscribe.